Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Greenfield's Finest Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Z-Bird Zidell. With me, as always, the boys are in the building. We got my main man, Angry John Rosado.
What's up?
We got my main dude who never makes the
What was that?
What?
Good.
We got my main dude. He never makes them ladies wait, and he's straight out of Kuwait. Give it up for fucking JD the bomb.
I forgot JD was there.
Yeah.
I thought you were taking a shot at me.
And then my co-host, my main man, Moneyline Welsh. What up, Moneyline?
What's going on?
Now, a couple quick announcements. February 22nd, 12 Whiskey Barbecue, huge comedy show. Hit me up if you need tickets. They have tickets on there too. I'll be headlining. My main man Joe Welsh is on the show, along with Matt Light, who'll be hosting. And then February 24th at Comsha Theater. I'm not making this one up. There's a low ticket alert. I'll be out there. Trey McDonough, Dawn Horner, and Matt Light. It's going to be an awesome show. So February 22nd, if you want to stay local, feel like venturing out to Cranberry, get the tickets for February 24th.
Cranberry's hot in the streets right now. There's a lot going on out there.
It is, dude. They're selling tickets like hot cakes.
There isn't much going on out there. So yeah, they're looking for something to do out in them boondocks.
Yeah.
Z-Bird, you're a traitor. You did a show for the old Central Catholic Vikings this weekend, huh?
They
pay you at
They
least?
were paying.
They were paying. Show went. This is so funny because I didn't even tell you what happened. So do the show. Show goes okay. There's an older lady leaving the show. I went up and I noticed, like, when I go first and your brother goes after me, if it goes okay, your brother gets a little bit more edgier. You know what I mean? So he was throwing a little bit more F-bombs, a little bit more dad jerks off stories.
My mom and dad were there too.
Yeah, your mom and dad were an audience member. So after the show, Rocky Blyers there didn't even laugh. And not that me and Joe said. I guess we were too offensive. So there's this older lady walking out, and me and Joe are standing there, and she goes, and Trey McDonough actually headlined. She goes, "Thank God for the last one, because the other two were just vulgar birds."
Vulgar bird?
Vulgar bird.
I never heard of old V-Bird, huh?
Yeah, so she called us vulgar birds. Me and Joe were fucking dying. So yesterday, sponsor of the show, Carlos, his Greater Pitt Tree Service, he was there the following day for Central Football. Well, some of those same parents were involved. And he was like, "Hey, my man was out here yesterday." Like, "Oh, yeah, they had a comedy show. It went pretty good." But, like, man, them guys were talking about crazy stuff. Like, I couldn't believe it. They're in a church, and the one guy was talking about drugs and getting his asshole fingered. I said, "Yeah, I made it, Lowe's." He said, "They need to hear that shit about the streets, because that's the real shit." I said, "My man,
So
Lowe's."
you offended the Central people. Good.
They deserve to be offended.
Yeah, and then
I see my brother on Sunday. He was telling me, and I forgot you guys were doing it, and he brought it up, and I was like, "Wait, did Z-Bird do his like regular shit?" He's like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "How'd that go?" He's like, "I mean, it went for the both of us. They love Trey." When Trey get up here talking about puppies and popsicles.
His dad used to sell pop, and then Michael Jackson died, and his dad was the king of pop. Like a 65-year-old. He even said afterwards, he's like, "Dude, when I see a bunch of 65-year-old ladies," he's like, "my mouth starts watering."
That's his go-to.
That's his demographic.
Oh, that's funny. I heard my mom brought my brother's Letterman coat.
She brought it, and she was like, "Well, Joe, are you gonna wear it?" He's like, "Mom, that ain't gonna fit me." She goes, "Well, maybe Mike wants to wear it."
That's what she said. She was like, "I figured like Mike would wear it and it'd be funny." I was like, "You thought it'd be funny to bring Joe's Letterman coat from 20 years ago at this point, and then you thought like, hey, Z-Bird will wear it?" And she was like, "I just wanted a thing out of my fucking house." So my dad went to go like hang it back up, and I guess she was all pissed off because her joke didn't fly, and no one wanted to wear my brother's Letterman coat. And she was like, "It's going to Goodwill," and she gave it away to Goodwill.
Did she?
Yeah, she had enough of it.
Why wouldn't Joe just take it?
Joe didn't want it either. I mean, I don't know. That's what I thought too. I was like,
I think Joe
I got a
wanted-
St. Resilience coat I'm hanging
Yeah,
on to.
I
I'm
got
getting rid of shit like
me
that.
neither.
I got my older days football T-shirts. I got all that shit.
Yeah.
I think Joe wanted it. I just don't think he wanted to wear it. And I think once that option was off the table, I think his mom was like, "Fuck it, you don't wear it, it's gone."
Does it have
Yeah.
his name on it?
Yeah, it's a
I'm
nice
about to go to
Letterman
Goodwill
coat.
and buy it. Just
Yeah.
walking around all the time.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I was like, you gave that to Goodwill? Well, all right. But yeah, she wanted out of the crib. And she gets salty when her jokes don't hit too.
Yeah, I will say this. There were some Greenfield Finest podcast fans there, like Nicole Sinceri and all them were there, and they were laughing. And there was people there that were laughing, but there was like the Rocky Blyer section. I could see people doing a lot of this shit because I didn't notice it when I was up there, but I noticed when your brother was up there because you couldn't see the crowd. A lot of this
Yeah, they didn't want to laugh in front of their stuffy ass table.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, let it fly.
That's
dude.
what Joe said. The crowd was so far away in the lights, he's like, you couldn't really tell what the fuck was going on.
He was giving me like fucking hand signals, like, cause like I couldn't hear anyone laughing, and he's like over there, like, you know, like,
you're doing great.
yeah, I was like, so it was funny.
It was in a church.
Yeah, it was
like the basement of the
St.
church.
Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church. So it was funny that Joe's crossed over. He's known as a vulgar bird now.
Yeah, with Joey Vulgar Birds. That's funny, man.
Did he feature?
Yeah. So it was me, host Joe feature, and Trey headlined. You know what I mean? So yeah, it worked out good there.
Yeah, that's good. Old Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was such a my mom move, like bringing like a Letterman coat. Like, here, I brought this for you if you want to put it on. Like, dude, this thing.
The weird thing is, it would have been like, say there's an NA convention, and I'm with Joe and Trey, and they're like, hey, we're gonna have Joe headline, you're gonna feature and Trey. And I'm like, well, these are my people. I think Joe, like, you know what I mean, was like, hey, man, I played Central basketball. You know what I mean?
Wait, who made the lineup?
T-Robe, who, like, I don't know if he totally knew that Joe played Central basketball, but I think he did. So, like,
so T-Robe booked that gig and put you three on it without him?
Yeah.
Huh.
So, like, he, like, threw us a love shot. We're like, all right, paid us good. Like, it was a good show. But, like, you could have seen, like, Trey was like, oh, I'm headlining? And he's like, oh, because Joe played basketball there. He's like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
That shit really don't fucking matter.
It doesn't.
Pro Bowl this weekend. I forgot how hard this show is to, like, put together on the front end when there's no, like, Steeler football or any football at all. The Pro Bowl, I don't know what the fuck was going on there. Did you guys watch any
Dude,
of
I
it?
turned it on, like one of them like I turned it on for like literally probably 2 minutes, and they had a dude, like, it was like almost like a zip line, but he was like hung up by his back, and they like sent him, like, this wide receiver, like, across the room, and Matt Leinart tried to hit him with a pass.
Matt Leinart?
Yeah.
What the fuck was Matt Leinart
I
doing?
don't know. So they missed the pass, and I just turned it off after that.
You're
Like,
just letting anyone get
I'm just like, what are they doing?
I flipped it on the night before. I guess it was Saturday night. It might even. I feel like they had a weekend of bullshit going on. They just had, like, linemen catching punts from like a ball machine. I'm like, what
They're
the
running
fuck
out
is
of
this?
ideas. They
Yeah.
could just do the basics, and people will watch.
Yeah, do nothing.
Or do nothing, but dude, they
Kittle had a good idea. Kittle was like talking to Eli Manning. He's like, dude, why don't we, like, do shit like play like pickleball and play kickball against each other and, like, almost make it a rock and jock type deal.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, what they got going on.
It's like a corny. It's not even a cool skills competition. It's like a lame ass skills.
Well, see,
Right.
the thing about it is you could, like, they're worried about getting hurt, and
Yeah,
I understand
Totally
that.
understand it.
You could still get hurt doing this shit.
Yeah.
Like the skills competition, like throwing accuracy and throwing distance. I think they might have done something like that, but I didn't watch.
They did. It had like it was like some weird. That was the only part I've seen, like some weird targets with points on it. And like I seen dudes let.
They're
loose.
overthinking it, and then I remember I was watching like clips, like the one year where like they were like all the D-backs, like the fastest dudes in the league were racing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like do that because you guys all talk shit on who's faster.
Right, or make it what was like the rock and jock basketball shit with the 50-pointer and shit like that. Like that's fun. I'd
Yeah.
watch that. But so I was flipping through the channels the same day, and the NHL had some weird shit going on too. They had some guy. They were on a boardwalk somewhere. It looked somewhere in California. It looked beautiful, but it's like 7 surfboards lined up and
Yeah.
Sid the Kid in like a dunk tank, and like some dude had to hit the puck with the surfboards. He was just firing fucking pucks over and over. It took him forever to hit these surfboards. Then he hit it. He got to hit the little button, and Sid the Kid fell in the tank. I'm like, what's going on here?
They're
Like,
just trying to get too
I
creative.
guess they
and
probably
it's
make
not,
a fuck ton of money in sponsorships or something. That's the only thing I
right, but people are like people are like talking about, like, even the reporters, they were like, I don't even want to be here. This is so stupid.
yeah, Josh Jacobs was like, he was like after the first day, he was like, I'm sick of this shit.
This shit's
is stupid.
Yeah, right.
You mean the running back for the
Yeah.
Raiders?
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
his name, Josh Jacobs,
I get
right?
it. You don't want to
Yeah.
put pads on, but remember they had that shit, Garrison Hurst. They were like, this dude on the beach, and he like destroyed his knee.
Yeah.
Like you could still get hurt doing dumb
Tyreek
shit.
Hill?
Yeah, he got lit up.
Well, he laid the boom to someone.
I thought he got boomed.
Jalen Ramsey
Yeah, he
lit the
laid
boom to Tyreek.
Yeah, that's what
okay,
happened,
okay,
yeah.
I got it backwards.
Yeah, I seen a tweet like, damn, dude, we're playing flag football and I still got depleted.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, those dudes are goofy as fuck. You know, someone comes across the middle, they can't control themselves.
Yeah, he like caught him near the end zone. He just gave him a shoulder. It really wasn't that malicious. But dudes are running that fast, dude. You just give them a
Yeah,
little.
how do you stop?
Yeah.
So Super Bowl Sunday and then no football for quite some time.
That's
Golf is
depressing.
back in full swing, so
yeah,
that's fucking
golf
great.
is back. College hoops usually heats up. I get into college hoops by March.
Yeah, Pitt's good, so that's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Still not the same, but I mean, it will do. Who do you guys like in the Super Bowl?
I like the Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs too.
I like your.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs.
Going off what I want you to say what you're, because I like that.
So
We should each
everybody,
say a prop bet.
everybody I'm hearing this week is just all over the Eagles, man.
It's
I
not. I mean,
watched-
dude, it's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
you
should
can't, I
be.
can't. If anybody would said Philly, I'm not 100% on the Chiefs. Like I'm not that. Like, dude, Philly's
No,
O
sure,
line and
me
D
either.
line is
It's
crazy
ridiculous. Yeah, I kind of think the pressure might get the Hurts a little bit. I could be 100% wrong about that. Casey's receivers are really banged up, but like they're not that good to begin with. So
No.
like I don't know if that's that big of a deal. I don't know. Mahomes underdog. I like it. I like it.
Why don't we say, because you had a prop bet. I love that prop.
Z-Bird loves the props, dude.
I'm the
just-
prop bet
that's-
king.
yeah.
He's just itching. So I like I like to pick like the first to score. I think Dallas. Go Bears. How do you say his name?
Dallas Goddard.
Goddard. Like him first to score. He's plus 1,100. That's pretty juicy for him, I think.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna load up on that.
So
I
how
think
much
a
you
little
have to
bit.
bet to win 1,100?
100.
100 to bet
Yeah.
11, win 11.
But first touchdown.
It has to be,
It's not an anytime touchdown.
Right.
I'm going to go like a little bit different there. I think they're going to utilize this guy more this game. I like Kadarius Toney to score the first touchdown.
Okay.
And then I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's plus 1,700.
Yeah, that was juicy as well. I hit first touchdown score in the Super Bowl when we were playing the Packers. I was bartending at Archie's. It was busy as fuck, and it was like plus like 12 or 1,300, I think, like something like that. Jordy Nelson scores. I bet on Jordy Nelson to score, betting against the Steelers. Of course, I celebrate. It was a $1,300 hit. As I'm like bartending, you know, I was like, I'm looking at a big night now, and I'm like, yeah. And this dude was like, "What are you cheering about?" And I'm like, dude, I had first touchdown. Like, you know, I'm not rooting for the Packers,
Right.
but like, and he was like, "Guess I don't go to tip you tonight." And I was like, "Well, I guess I'm not going to give you a drink the rest of the night, you fat bitch."
Yeah,
You
right.
fat bitch.
Yeah, you fat bitch.
I love that.
Yeah, like, dude, relax. That's won $1,300. I'm fucking working. Eat my dick. But yeah, hitting the first touchdown I haven't hit one of them in forever.
You got one, John? You got a first touchdown?
No, I'd say either Miles Sanders or Bart Scott.
Bart Scott's juicy.
Is he?
That's a
They
real
lo-
juicy
they-
one.
I bet they love giving him touchdowns too.
I think that one's like, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bart Scott's plus $3,000.
Is he?
Yeah.
Let's put a little action in there.
Why not? You don't have an account. You should
No,
set
I
one up. You'll get all them free
Get
bets.
them bonuses.
This
Do
is
I?
the time
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah, $5, you get 200 free bets.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'll probably do a little coin toss action as well. See what's
Did
going
you call
on.
it a coin toss?
What I said?
I think
Coin
so.
toss.
Yogi, just
Coin.
a heads up, Yogi's son, who we all know because Yogi tells us every year he's right, Yogi's son is leaning towards heads. And he's been right to pass, according to Yogi, the past 7 Super Bowls.
Okay.
I would take heads just so if it's wrong, then I could just blame Yogi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love to go against Yogi.
Yeah.
The Eagles had a lineman get arrested. Josh Sills.
Was he a starter?
No.
I don't think he is. He got arrested on rape and kidnapping charges
That's
a
pretty
few
scary.
days ago. But Z-Bird, you said this happened when he was in college?
This was these charges they were filed, or this case came about in 2019, which he would have still been in college. Apparently, he was in a pickup truck. He was out with some people. There was 2 girls there. One girl got out of the truck. Allegedly, he didn't let the other girl get out of the truck, and I don't want to get too graphic. Forced her to perform oral sex for 20 minutes. She went to the hospital afterwards. I'm like, why didn't charges get pressed sooner?
Yeah, it's weird if they're
I
getting
really
pressed
don't
right
know
now.
because he was in college, and maybe there's a lot of shit that I just don't understand law-wise.
It's not much of a story. You
No,
think there'd be more of this? Maybe, I don't know.
Like I said, I thought it was like it just happened.
No, it was
Right.
It was 2019. So it was like, were they like waiting for something to fall through, or was it like, they wanted to? I can't see a DA being that patient. Like, let's wait till he goes to the Super Bowl.
Right? Yeah, that doesn't.
I think
make
something
sense.
must have clicked where it was like he might have went back and offered the money, and they were okay. We got this now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe they were trying to blackmail him, and like, we'll put this out the week before the Super Bowl, and he's like, dude, do what you got to do. I don't know. Who knows?
Right.
But it's a weird story, and it's not much of a story. Do you guys remember that dude from the Raiders that lost his marbles and went to Tijuana for the night before the Super Bowl and went
back.
missing? Yeah,
Yeah.
That was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
happen in Tijuana.
He did like an interview after that. He was fucking.
Yeah, there was part of a documentary. I can't remember
Yeah.
what actually happened, but like
I think he was gooned up.
It was
OC'd
gooned out of
up.
his
He was
mind.
everything.
Yeah, he was on the drugs.
He was on the drugs.
That'd be wild, just a fucking out of whorehouse in Tijuana, fucking going as hard as you could go and having to play the Super Bowl in a few
Like,
hours.
dude, you got the Super Bowl. He's like, what day is it?
Yeah, right.
You feel bad missing a day at work. I mean, think about missing the fucking Super Bowl. I mean, you got to be on Planet Zeldar.
Right, everybody's
Yeah.
fucking talking about you. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You should have known the Raiders were going to lose that game.
Yeah. That was the Bucks and Warren Sapp, right? That was that Super Bowl.
That was the
When Gruden went from the Raiders to the Bucks and then beat his old
that was
team.
the
Yeah.
alleged rigged Super Bowl. A lot of people were saying because Gruden's understudy was still the Raiders head coach, and there's a lot of
Collusion.
a lot of collusion allegedly by that Super Bowl. And this isn't coming from guys like me. This is coming from guys like Jerry Rice and Tim Brown.
Well, they would know. Who would
Right.
know? I got my numbers for the block poll. So I heavily invest in block polls every year. I've never won dog shit. I do two 500 blocks, two $500
nice.
blocks, and three $300 blocks. Me and one friend split it. We've won peanuts over the past 15 years. We got our $500 blocks this week. They're the same number for both $500 blocks for the final. So it's all or nothing, dude.
Is it good numbers at least?
3 and 8. It's not horrible.
No, 28-23.
Yeah, it's like it's in the game. It's not like a fucking 9 or some shit like that. So
Now, is that your numbers for the whole freaking
no, they change, but
every quarter?
the quarters or halves. I forget. Yeah, quarters. Yeah, quarters a little bit, a half's beefier, quarter, and then
Yeah, final.
the
yeah.
finals like $25,000, I think, or something like that.
That'd be
Oh,
nice.
Good luck, man.
Oh man, would that be nice?
I'll be rooting for you.
$50,000. That'd be fucking lovely. No way in the world it happens. 'Cause good shit doesn't happen, but
Bet even, man.
bet even.
Points, final points total, bet it even.
Yeah, so we'll see. Was out with some friends a couple weeks ago. They got reported back. So a friend's brother I'd never met before thought me and Leanie were swingers.
Really? Why would
Yeah.
they get that impression?
I don't know, because we were polite. We had like an after party at the house. I smoked some weed with them. Fucking, I don't know. Let them hang out. I really don't know. I don't think.
Did you have the upside down pineapple?
No, we didn't have any pineapples. And I feel like we really don't give off swinger vibes. We're usually in bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Don't really party too much anymore. But we were going after that night. So I was like, man, look at us, babe, swingers. Not that we are, but like it was a very.
Were you eyeing up his lady? Was he thought he was like you're all chatty with his lady?
Wasn't even there with his lady. He was there with his sister.
Wow.
So you were gonna bang his sister and he was gonna hook up with your girl? Like,
No, there was no.
hell was he talking
There was
about?
no talk of it. I don't know. I honestly could maybe just thought we were cool. Like, man, that couple probably fucks a bunch of other couples.
Were you kind of flattered? Like, was it flattering?
Yeah, I thought that sounds pretty hip. Like, oh, look at us, like swinging couple. But,
Yeah,
like,
you get mistaken. Yeah, it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think I don't think I get down like that though.
No, I don't think any of us could watch our girlfriend or wife get fucked.
Yeah, we have no. It's too.
I'm not a
Nah.
cock.
No, I'm not a cuck either. John, you a cuck?
no.
No,
Eagle tits.
Yeah.
Eagle tits, you a cock?
If I had to bet on anybody in the room, Eagle Tix would be a
Yeah.
cock.
Ding ding ding.
He's
Yeah.
not. If you do that, I don't care.
Yeah, that's okay. We had some friends dabble in that stuff before. It's gotten weird. I don't know. But I was like, hey, look at us, babe. Look at us. People think we're cool. In reality, like I said, in bed by 9:30.
So he just went and he was like, yeah, them people were cool, man. I
They
think
were
they
super
swing.
nice. I think they swing. I was like, that's a big jump, but
Yeah.
Going from he
Whatever.
rolls a nice joint to like I think he lays it down. He lets her lay it down.
yeah. That'd be cool if you could just lay it down and like she didn't get laid down.
That would be the cool part. I don't think too many
Yeah.
women would be like,
Nah.
my husband's a swinger, I'm not.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Like your woman's a cuck.
Yeah.
So I just like to watch him bang.
That's
bang
probably
her
a
too.
thing.
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure
Women
it is
cocking.
too.
You
Yeah,
can
I mean,
Google
that's
it.
definitely not what I got going on at all.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
way.
I don't
that-
think that's in the
No
realm,
way
in the
that
realm of
would
swinger,
fly.
reality
in
for
the
most
swinger
people.
world, they call a single woman a unicorn.
Really?
Yeah, because there's not many of them. But like when at the swinger clubs, like guys, they come by droves. But a single woman who's looking to hook up with other couples, they call that a unicorn.
I mean, she could just fuck whoever she wants, I bet.
I seen it on Google.
Ah. What, like, yeah, I don't know. That's just the beginning to get to the phase, like, all right, we're gonna swing. That's an awkward conversation to bring up to like start that conversation. Like, hey, babe, you know what I was thinking? We should get pounded out by other people.
I for one, that would start fight. It would almost have to be a unison, like both Ians are into some type of like porn, and then you're like, this is cool, and that would have to open the door to be like, would you ever be down for this? And like, I
But
think
you're walking a tight line. As soon as you ask, would you be down for this? I think that's where like the argument's probably gonna start.
I think like people were down for more stuff like exhibitionism than swinging.
I don't get exhibitionism at all. They just like being naked.
No, you would like go to a swingers club and have sex in front of other people. But
Oh, got ya.
No one else joins in.
Yeah, I feel like a finger would slip here and there if you know all that's going on.
Well, it's just you two, and then there's people watching. It's not like a bed of like six couples. It's just-
People aren't like fucking on top of each other.
No, but there could be people fucking in the same room.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I never,
Seem to know a lot about this.
Sure do.
I googled it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the old Google. Yeah. So I mean, the most I know about that shit is like real sex.
That
Yeah.
old
Right.
show.
Yeah,
On
that old
HBO.
show on HBO. I remember like watching.
Nobody was ever good looking.
Oh, horrible. Still jerked off to it, but like
You had
Yeah.
to.
you had to. But it was
That's all you had.
It was disgusting.
Ugh.
Bushes everywhere.
Yeah,
You get hairy armpits on there too.
they've taken care
I
of
mean,
that.
this is
since
early
then.
'90s. We're talking.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
it's weird in the early '90s to have hairy pits.
Yeah, but you go to those. They would go to those hippie places, and those hippies they don't shave their pits.
Oh yeah, they don't shave nothing.
Nah, it's all hairy.
It's a goddamn
If Shuley
shame.
was here, what would he say? Fur underpants.
Yeah. So she got a pair of fur underpants.
Yeah, that's his. Oh, dude.
I got a theory on the China balloon.
What is it?
Marty Griffin launched it.
You think?
So I think Marty Griffin let this thing fly out in Myrtle Beach, and I believe he plans on catching all the homeless people shitting from Myrtle Beach to here. He didn't want to launch it in Pittsburgh because everyone's like, oh, there's Marty Griffin trying to catch
Yeah.
everybody trying to shit on the street again. I think he shot that thing up around Myrtle Beach, and he was going to let it work its way down up to us. And I think Marty Griffin's behind the China balloon.
It's crazy and out of like touch that sounds. It actually makes a lot of sense
It does
because
like,
Marty Griffin is out catching shitters, and imagine if he's like, this isn't a Pittsburgh problem, this is a world problem, and now he got shit from all over the world, turds from all over the world. And
I could see Marty having like a crazy group of people in his backyard building a fucking balloon the size of the 2 buses and firing that thing up
do
in the
you
air.
think Marty's sick enough that he's hiring shitters? That he's like paying people off to go shit for him? And stage
more stories.
a good old fashioned stage shitting.
Yeah, like the last season of The Wire. That's what McNulty and the one reporter, they were staging they wanted a serial killer to get all the money for the catch the drug dealers.
And it's so funny that every time a shit story comes up, Marty's first on the scene.
First on the scene.
Wow. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's 100% Marty. I'm saying it's like a 98% chance it was Marty.
Allegedly Marty.
Allegedly Marty. Speaking of downtown, Mayor Gainey proposes moving 22 officers to help with crime downtown. The president of the union says cardboard cutouts would be a better option because they don't have the cops.
That's
What's going on here, dude?
That's completely insane.
Cops are, dude. It's they're having trouble filling recruiting classes.
They dropped so you always had to have 60 credits to be a city cop. They dropped it, so people are just not signing up for this fucking test, and I don't blame them, man.
Yep.
I mean,
especially who wants to go downtown.
Right.
You're
looking at
you get the crazies of the crazies.
Yeah, on a slow day, you got to deal with like no crime. You got to just deal with people ODing and like Marty staging shits and like stuff like that. We gotta.
Dude, there's like schools down there, like little charter schools
with bad kids.
Yeah,
dude.
I heard they're flooding Market Square. It's just pandemonium every day down there at 3 o'clock.
When I worked downtown for 3 years, I'll tell you something. For one. And like someone could they'll probably argue with me about. For one, there's no police presence
downtown.
Never see a cop downtown.
Two, there's absolute from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. It's fucking pandemonium, and I mean people asking for money, people on the sidewalk selling shit they shouldn't be selling, people running out of CVS, Burlington, everything stealing. It is like the wild, wild west down there. And like, here's the problem: they put these high-end condos down there. Everything was fine until they did that. Now these people are like, why the fuck am I paying $3,000 a month and I can't even leave my, like you told me the downtown was like accessible. It's not. Once it gets dark, stay in your condo.
Yeah, and like I said, you don't see cops downtown. You do see cops downtown. You see them like going to court. You don't see cops past the county building. After that, like you'll never see a cop anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, 22 police don't sound like a lot of fucking cops.
Cardboard cutouts would work?
No, they would. I think they would probably fuck them.
It's almost like when you like put an empty cop. You ever see they put like an empty cop car and just leave it there? And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, Ross got me with that the other day. I came flying over a hill, empty cop cars.
Yeah, yeah, so it might work.
I think like more than likely the empty cops would get assaulted, or the cardboard cops would be assaulted, and they would be injured. You know what I mean? Maybe caught on fire. I would not want to be a cardboard cop in Pittsburgh right now.
No, so we'll see what happens there. It doesn't seem like it's going good. When the FOP president is just like, yeah, I don't know, Mayor, maybe cardboard cutouts, and it's being that like he's like, give me some funding. I need cops and I need money, and like
you gotta either pay these
release it
because a lot of the city cops like get their jobs, then they go to like Monroeville.
Yeah, they come out to
they
Cranberry.
Make more money. It's a lot more. It's a lot less
bullshit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, most of them do that.
I always wondered one thing, like if more cops, like I don't know if this would help or not, but like, you know, unfortunately we had a terrible situation the other day with a police officer over in McKeesport, but more like cops on foot, like getting to know the neighborhood. And I feel like it's not the cops' fault, but I feel like they got pulled away from that. Like
back to the wire, they did that on the wire and it seemed to work.
Yeah, like I feel like they got pulled away. Like the guy, like, you know, it's like you learn not to, like, if the cop's walking your neighborhood and he's just doing his job and he's a straight shooter or she's a straight shooter, and you know you can rely on them and get a hold of them, like you're less likely to hate them. But like if all you're seeing is like these stories on the news and things like that, that's all people are seeing. They're not seeing the good cops.
But like, what cop is going to want to walk a neighborhood beat right now? I mean, no way.
That's another one, you know, too. You know.
Anchor sent us an offer. So Anchor is like where we where we launch our podcast from. Is that a good way to put it?
A lot of our podcast, basically our podcast runs through Anchor, and they release it to all the other places.
So they sent us an offer. They will run ads on the podcast. They will do all the work. They would just insert ads somehow. We didn't click on it to see like the logistics of it, but anyway. $13 for every 1,000 listens. This is what these motherfuckers are trying to fucking offer us.
And we're at a point now, like this past month, we just had 8,000 listens in the last 30 days. So that would have been $120. Here's the problem. We're no longer in control of the podcast. They're putting ads where like right now, they can fucking fire an ad.
Right.
And where we don't, like, we have placed ads. We've been really fortunate to have sponsors that have been able to support us, so we haven't had to pay out of pocket. So, like, very grateful for our sponsors. And we decided against it because, like, we don't want to just, like, turn into a corporate shitbag podcast. We did have an idea because we're trying to branch out and do some new things. We're always going to be Greenfield's Finest Podcast, but we'd like to almost do more content, cooler stuff. We're looking to get better cameras. And I think what we're going to do is start a Patreon. And we're going to be very transparent right here. This is very important. So if you listen to the podcast and you're able to support it, we're going to start a Patreon. It'll probably be linked up. You'll see within the next coming days. You could support us. It'll be $3 a month. It's a reoccurring fee. If you want to donate more, there will be options for that. Not immediately, because I don't want people to think like you're going to see something different. But the first thing we'll be uploading to the Patreon will be the live show. Like, we're going to have the live show on the Patreon. You know, like, if you want to see a live show, it's going to be on the Patreon. We're not doing that to punish people. We're just trying to add content to the Patreon. But if you don't have the money, the $3, I'm not, like, making fun of you or anything. You're not going to miss out on Greenfield's Finest Podcast. We're still going to bring it to you every week free of charge. All we ask you could do, at the very least, is subscribe to our YouTube. But this $3 a month, with the amount of listeners we have, could do a lot of good. And we might be able to start getting you guys more content every week. And that's the plan. You know, like, it's going to take some time, but, you know, eventually we'd like to get you guys some extra clips and some extra things like that and some better cameras and cool shit like that. And it just, we're fortunate to have the sponsors right now that cover the monthly cost of making a podcast. I'm not going to sit here and say it's super expensive. We make exactly enough money to cover the podcast. We don't, and we're not looking to even profit off this. We're just looking to grow the podcast.
Yeah, like you said, the podcast isn't going anywhere. You'll still be able to get the podcast for free. It's generally you. It's just pretty much you throwing us $3 a month. Saying, hey, we appreciate you guys putting this out every week. Here's your $3. The live show is going to go behind the Patreon. One, because like it's a bit of an incentive. If you weren't able to go to the live show, hey, go take a look at the Patreon. And second, we say some pretty insane. I know we say insane shit here. We really let it fly at those live shows. I necessarily don't want it out just on YouTube for, you know, general consumption. So it's better, you know. I feel a lot more comfortable having that behind some type of wall. Like, listen, you give now you give us $3. I don't give a fuck anymore. So it's just, you know, it's a way to help us get a little better. You know, we were going back and forth about this, but yeah, just so everybody understands, the podcast will always be free. You're not going to miss any of the podcast. It will be available everywhere it's always been. The Patreon is pretty much you giving us a tip every month, and $3 is, you know, that's pretty reasonable, I think.
And we didn't want to go 5, and 3 seemed like a pretty fair number. So everyone this week who signs up and continues to sign up will be greatly appreciated. And don't forget, something we've been trying to do also is, if you get an inbox from me, I've been inboxing everyone our YouTube information. If you've already signed up, just ignore it. But I'm sending it out to everyone on the friends list, everyone on the Greenfield Finest podcast page. I was surprised at how many people yesterday, like, who were good people that I knew, they were like, hey, I didn't even realize you sign up. And they signed up, and we gained a couple subscribers out of that. And it's like every subscriber helps, and word of mouth helps. And we're very grateful for all of our fans.
All right, let's do some voicemails.
It's here.
Hey, Cody from Wexford. I got 2 quick gear grinders. They involve the same lady, so I figured I'd just lump them together real quick. One, I hate when you're in line in a store, cafeteria, or anything. Try not to tell you where I work. And you're in a big line, and everyone has their stuff ready to go, and the person in front of you gets all rung up, and then they're told the price, and then they go grab their purse and then look for their card and take forever to pay. You know you have to pay at the end of this transaction. And then I walk down the hall to the elevator, and the same lady walks on the elevator after me and just shouts out a number of a floor that she's going to. No, please, no, thank you. Just walks on and says, 7. So I just stood there and didn't press 7. And I don't feel bad about it. I was just wondering what you guys would do there. And then quick last side note, in my opinion, Marty definitely took that shit. So
Absolutely, Cody.
Marty took that shit.
Love the podcast. Have a great week, guys.
See, people are getting on board, but they know Marty's up to something.
That might have to be a T-shirt too.
Yeah, Marty took that shit. Speaking of, we got to think of some St. Patty's Day T-shirts.
Yeah.
I love the elevator move, just yelling that out. I hate that not having your card or having cash ready to pay. That fucking furious. Like, dude, like he said, you have to pay. Have your shit ready. I'm one of those like nerds. It's in my hand. I'm ready to roll.
There's a Vantage card and my debit card sitting there ready to make it happen.
Here we go. Like, it's just like, dude, when I go to the weed store, I got my weed card, I got my ID, I got my debit card I'm to pay with. I'm just and like that's where it's a nightmare because you need a few cards. And like like you said, it's always the olds. The olds are really bad at that. But yeah, when people are surprised, people do it bartending for all those years. They'll order all this shit, and I'll be like, all right, $32, and they look at you like you're crazy, and then like, oh, and then they go rifling through their purse. They're asking their friend if they got their debit card. Like, dude, I'm spitting in your next drink.
I can totally relate to Cody. This happens a lot of times at Costco, and it unfortunately it's with the olds, and they go in the self-checkout, and there's a big giant sign. It says debit or credit use only, and when they get over there, they'll ring their stuff up, and then it says they have to pay cash. Or they're like, I only have cash. They're like, well, this doesn't accept cash. And then they'll argue with the employee about why it doesn't. She said, I have nothing to do with this. I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, it's not my call.
You know what a lot of women do, which, like, to a certain extent, I probably should do, is, like, they look, like, the receipt.
Yes.
To make sure they got all their discounts.
Yeah.
They do that. Like, you could tell, like, I'll buy one item, like, yeah, it's $100. I'll be okay.
There you
just
go.
because I'm in such a hurry to get out of there.
Yep.
But, like, even Johanna, she'll sit there, she's like, did they discount the,
I'm way too trusting
the 2
with
for
people
$1
with
of
shit
that,
like
you
that.
know.
Women are better at that.
They're better
Way
at that.
better.
My
Women
mom
love
is
that.
like a professional shopper, dude.
Oh,
If she didn't
yeah.
get her discount, there's going to be, she's going to
Sydney
raise
makes
hell.
sure she's getting her Kohl's cash.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It's
there's
definitely
going to be heck
it's
to
a
pay.
woman,
Yeah,
a
I mean,
good shopper.
yeah. I could, like you said, I could give a fuck less. Get me out of there.
Right. I'm just so anxious to, like, not bother the person behind me. Like, I try to hurry up and
Yep.
leave.
Yo, Big John in Virginia Beach. What the fuck is going on up there in Pittsburgh? You got people rooting for the fucking Eagles. You got the mayor tweeting out rooting for the Eagles. What are these fucking people up there? Fucking 8 years old? You got one team. It's the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. And the only thing you root for is more money in your fucking pocket after you win your bets. Anyways, boys, hope everybody wins their bets this weekend. Take it easy.
I mean, Ed Gainey might have had the Eagles.
Ganey might be taking the Eagles. Yeah, he was getting some heat for that. I mean, there's probably a fair amount of Philly people that live in Pittsburgh that are ruined. I don't see too many people actually like really. Oh, it's PA. Like I don't see much of that at all.
Never.
No. I mean, if the Cowboys went, I'd root for the Cowboys. You got Greenfield Mike. But besides that, it's all comes, like I said last week, it comes down to block polls and bets. That's it. But yeah, that's weird to be like we have no affiliation with the Philadelphia. It's just the same. We're in the same state.
We play them in hockey, we hate their guts.
Hate their guts, right?
and
When we play them in football, we hate their guts.
You know
Yeah.
damn well there ain't no one up in Philly that's rooting for Pittsburgh.
for anything.
No, and like I don't think there's too many people down here rooting for Philly.
What's up, guys? Good podcast last week. Water boy, I got a gear grinder and a half. Fucking couple nights ago, my wife was upstairs making dinner, and I'm like, okay, I'll go up and help her. And I start walking up the stairs and stuff, and I hear, use your daddy shaver. So I have a 13-year-old daughter. Go upstairs, and I asked my wife, why is she using my shaver? And she goes to fucking trim downstairs. That's going on my fucking face. And that's gross. And it's fucked up. I don't even know what else
Say
to
13?
say. But
Yeah.
thank you, and I'm going to go cry in the corner.
No one wants to hear that about their kid ever.
I didn't want to hear that about your kid.
Yeah. I think
Next.
It's totally unrelated. I used to live with a bunch of dudes at Southside, and it's hard to creep us out, and you just did it, buddy.
Yeah.
Again. I'm gonna try to transition here, but I had a bowl shaver and I had a face shaver, and I kept my ball shaver. I was in the shower, kept my ball shaver like in my drawer, tucked away. Our one friend we used to live with, it was loud. It was like an old pair of clippers.
Yeah.
I hear it fire up, and I'm like, what the fuck? I go upstairs. He's sitting Indian style in front of my mirror, just shaving his face all around his mustache and his lips and shit like that. I'm like, dude, that's my nut shaver. And he's like, I figured it was. I have nothing else to use, dude. It's too late now. Like, fuck it. I was like, all right, man. Like, and it was like one of those like I didn't have a brush. It was a sticky situation. But yeah, brother, your son's stickier. Thanks for making us all uncomfortable.
Do you got a separate one now?
Or
you just taking from balls to the face?
I do have it. So we have that. Remember we like Manscaped gave us that bullshit sponsorship deal for a while. I have that one. I lost the charger for that. I have to order it, and I just keep forgetting to order it.
Dude, you can like makeshift if you got older ones.
See, I got a newer one, and it doesn't
fit.
My newer one
charger.
Can you bring that in? That'd be great, honestly, because those are nice ass clippers especially for your nuts. But as of right now, I'm just hitting everything with the same. Who cares now?
Right. Yeah, if it's yours.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe if.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to use your nut shaver on my face.
I'd rather not. But at the same time, boys are boys.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Better than your daughter.
Jesus.
What's up, boys?
I don't even have
Kenny,
kids.
hey, quick question.
Please, Kenny.
When is the live show going to go up on YouTube? The
$3, Kenny.
Is that Eagle Tits dropping the ball, or like what's going on? Who's dragging her feet? Let's get it together. And I asked because I know I was there and everything, but like I remember the last live show when I rewatched it on YouTube, I got to see half the show. I didn't remember.
Kenny's itching to see himself on the big screen.
And Kenny, you heard it. We're gonna be dropping it on the Patreon. It's gonna be $3. And,
Ken, we could also send it to you too if you don't want to do the Patreon. Just hit one of us up. We'll fire it over to you. You deserve that.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling you won't really give a shit about paying $3 a month for some Patreon shit. But if you do, seriously, hit one of us up. We'll send it to you. All right, let's take a little break.
All right, buddy, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Be right back with more of that Greenfield's Finest podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Z-Bird from Greenfield's Finest Podcast. If you're worried about roofing, windows, siding, soffit, fascia, gutters, spouts, and need help with any of those, call Allen Construction, LLC, 412-954-8337. Whether it's a repair, replacement, they're equipped with the tools and the skills for over 65 years of experience. Remember, Allen Construction, 412-954-8337. And they're not on heroin. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Are you sick of your general contractor having sex with your wife? Well, I was too, and that's when I found out about Schaefer Inc. Schaefer Inc.'s primary goal is to deliver unbeatable quality for all your construction needs. They aim to firstly be a company principle-driven, and to achieve this, the importance is ethical business practices. That includes great work and not having sex with your wife. Please check out Schaefer Inc. for all your contracting needs. Give them a call at 412-915-1694. That's 412-915-1694. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just drove by your house, and your wall looks like a giant piece of shit. Well, you know that's no good, because anybody can climb up your yard and bang your old lady. That's why you need to call Just Walls, 412-889-4401. Fully insured. And when someone pulls up to your house, make sure the first thing they see is your retaining wall, or the second thing they'll see is your wife's pussy. That's 412-889-4401. Just Walls. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just drove by your house. You got a giant hole in the side. What's that for? So you can stick your dick in it and your old lady can suck it. You're better than that, man. Get that hole patched up. Why don't you call S&L Remodeling, LLC? They do roofing, siding, gutters, downspouts, soffit, fascia, and they'll fix that hole so your wife quits sucking everyone's dick. 412-628-9717. And tell them Z-Bird sent you. We're sick of seeing your wife sucking all that cock. Are you sick and tired of bullshit pizza? I knew I was. Thank God there's Capizzuto's Pizza on Greenfield Avenue. They've been in business for over 400 years, making some of Pittsburgh's finest pizza. 412-521-6570. Ask for Nubs and tell them Z-Bird sent you if you want the best pizza in the burg. Man, we've been getting some bad storms around here lately. Very bad. Tree actually fell through my roof. I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. Luckily, I found Greater Pittsburgh Tree Service at 412-415-7331. They have over 27 years of experience, competitive pricing, and it won't break your budget. Give them a call today for all your tree-related needs. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield Finest Podcast. We're about to jump into Corn Dick of the Week. Money line. Who be Corn Dicking this week?
AB at it again, went on Instagram Live, says James Harrison is responsible for his CTE. Said he had an illegal helmet all those years, and he cracked him in practice one time, and he hasn't been the same since.
I mean, he probably gave a lot of people CTE.
Yeah. I mean, that's AB also had an illegal helmet, so, I mean, that's him throwing stones there for a while. Remember, like, when he went to the Raiders? I watched, like, there was an interview this week, and it was that dude Crosby. He said his rookie year was when AB came to the Raiders. He's like, dude, he was just crazy, man. He burned his feet on purpose. Remember what his feet
He said he
looked?
burned them on purpose?
Yeah, he went and
He forgot to put the socks on.
You can't,
Yeah.
John. You can't forget to put the socks on. There's unless it's impossible. Someone's sitting. I've been in those things before. Someone is sitting there. You have to say no, like you refuse or some shit. I couldn't imagine going in there with no socks on. Those socks are like Uggs almost. That's how like
I can
insulated
see.
they are.
I mean, but he wouldn't do that on purpose. Burn it.
Yeah.
He's pretty stupid. I could see him maybe his feet were sore. He's like, I need it, and he just
Yeah, like it's thinking nothing's gonna happen.
yeah, and
but like yeah,
his whole foot almost fell off. It was
to cause yourself
disgusting.
that much pain on
Insane. But I would also say Burfict has a little bit to do with that CTE
perfect.
as well.
I mean, plus, yeah.
Plus hits that we're not even thinking of. You know what I mean?
That Burfict hit was scary.
Well,
though.
that perfect hit was after that. It kind of everything started to.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying Harrison probably. I mean, I'm sure AB was
was
annoying.
Harrison popping people in practice?
I'm sure he was. He's a nut.
Yeah,
And I'm sure AB was fucking mouthy in practice, and they probably got sick of his shit, and they probably lit him up.
Yeah.
Gave him across the middle.
What do you think's going to end up, AB? Like, what do you think the end game here?
I think he's gonna die.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
jail. Do you think he might get arrested eventually?
He's got
He's
it.
playing with the cops, dude. He's
Yeah. Yeah,
he
was
keeps
like,
getting like calls called on him, and then he like fucks with him and like barricades his side. But he's getting off.
he is
Yeah.
getting off.
The more he gets off, I think the worse it's gonna like.
He's getting his
the more
wiener sucked in
bold
Gibsonia.
he's gonna get.
Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, I think he's probably gonna die.
I hope he
Because
don't.
he's no, I don't want him to die either. But I would imagine his money situation is terrible, and he's too
That's gonna make him more and more
he's,
pissed off.
He's too much of a wild card to even like get like stupid shit like Dancing with the Stars and like the Masked Singer. Like
he kind of already did.
Yeah,
all
he did
that.
all that, and but like he's burnt those bridges where he can't even go. You could make a living off that.
Yeah.
You go on like Family Feud. Just there's a
Right.
ton of the Super
Right.
Bowls this week. You making $1 million appearances, $5-10 grand a pop. You keep
I
money.
mean, fuck, he
keep
blew,
money in
he
your
blew,
pocket.
He blew major contracts. He blew a
Yeah,
$50
right.
million contract.
No, I get it, man.
because he didn't want to play for the Raiders.
And then
Yep.
the crazy thing is, fast forward a couple years, he's doing a concert in Southside at Enclave for $17,000.
yeah,
So-
maybe he does have CT.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he definitely got CT. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, he. I don't know what the end game is there. It can't. I mean, it just can't be good. I feel like he has been a little more quiet recently. Him talking about James Harrison giving him CTE on live, isn't it? That's nothing really crazy.
That
Right.
might be the most normal thing he said since him getting his wiener sucked in Gibsonia.
Yeah,
His wiener looked like your
that
Kirkland
wasn't.
bottle.
Yeah.
That wasn't too long ago. I forgot about that. So that was pretty nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but he said he went with the old hacked excuse, which is always good. I
Yeah.
always loved that.
I
Was
got,
hacked.
I got hacked and wrote Gibsonia.
Speaking of CTE, Tom Brady is retired for a week, and my man's naked on the internet already.
Yeah.
He was in his underpants.
Yeah, he was selling some underpants. He looked crazy, dude. It was so. It didn't even look. I didn't think it was him at first, and then I had to realize what was going on. It was an underpants ad, and he looks tight, but
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's weird. Like
He's covering his penis.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know that dick sucks.
yeah,
But like I don't look at Tom Brady and see an underwear model. Like
You don't think he's a sex symbol?
I know he's a good looking guy, or he was a good looking guy. Now he looks like he looks like Botox to death.
you think?
Yeah,
I don't think he's Botoxed.
you don't think he's Botox. What do you? Why do you think his face changed like that?
HGH.
I don't even know if it's whatever. He's definitely taking supplements, anti-aging stuff, but I don't think he has any filler. He just lost all that face fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know how fat his face was before that.
Dude, when he was younger,
Something's-
his face was fatter.
He had around.
Like he's all out of that bloating.
Yeah.
He's drinking major
Celery
water.
juice.
Yeah,
Major
celery
alkaline.
juice.
I remember I was on the celery juice for a while. Didn't do a thing.
Major-
Dude, it was so much work, dude.
I remember for a while you're like, dude, there's like a natural high from it.
Yeah,
And I'm like, man, maybe I should start doing that. But I'm like, there's no way.
I feel like when you first start doing anything, you want to. I did feel like decent for a little bit, but then like, I don't know. I still almost died. So
As soon as Jack said,
that couldn't have did too much.
Right.
That was right around that time
Yeah,
too.
maybe that's what caused it.
yeah.
as soon as Jack said you get a natural high, I went home and I started sniffing celery juice.
Right, cutting it all thin
Oh,
and
dude,
shit.
it was so much work, man. You had to get fucking stalks and stalks of celery. I got like a $300 juicer. Fucking the juicer's the shit. But like, man, when I get into something, I'll fucking that cold tub. That thing,
How's that? I forgot about that.
Don't ask me.
Did you just use it once?
I used it 3 times, I think.
What do you do with it now?
It's gonna sit there until it unfreezes, and it's probably unfrozen right now. I'd probably dump it out.
I would like to practice in that. I'm getting ready for the polar plunge.
You go into the polar plunge.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll sell it to you for. I paid $180 for it. Give it to you for $175.
Ooh.
$5 discount.
No, I'll just wait till you're like totally sick of it.
Yeah, you're tripping over it in your garage.
Nah, well, I'm not. Here's the way how shit works with me. Like, in a few weeks, I'll probably like some like YouTube article or video will like grab and I'm like, I gotta get back in that polar. Or gotta get back in that.
You gotta put a ton of ice in there all the time.
Well, in the winter you don't, but like in the summer, I would imagine you do. But I mean, I've all those. I bought a case. I have a ton of frozen water bottles in my freezer. Lainey hates them. Rightfully so, but it's our downstairs fridge, you know.
Yeah.
What the fuck? When's the polar plunge?
The 20. I think it's the Sunday at I want to say it's the 26th February.
Nice.
This is a funny story. It made me think about your cold tub. Joe Rogan had a clip where he was saying his kids and their friends were over, and he offered them all $1,000 to get in and do a cold plunge. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was for 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And they all did it. I mean, imagine how cool that is. You're 11 years old, and you're like, wait, jumping freezing water, $1,000? And then they were like, the parents came like, oh, shit. You know, like, he said that they fucking thought they were going to jump in. You know?
Right, but let's be real. If you're hanging out with Joe Rogan's daughters, your parents ain't fucking working at Burger King either.
Right.
But
They're
yeah,
probably working at Costco.
Yeah, $1,000 for a fucking the kid. Yeah, that's awesome. I wasted $180 on it and did it for free like a fat idiot. Brady, dudes were bottling up Brady's sand that he made his little retirement video on. I seen like one jar said it was going for $90K, but I seen they were really selling for like $650.
Yeah, and then one thing about I'm not going to do the Brock Purdy thing again, but
Dude, that was gold last week. I very rarely like listen anymore or even go back to like rewatch it. The clips like when I post them on TikTok and shit like that. But like I went out of my way to listen to that. I was fucking howling. I don't know if that was funny to everybody else like it was funny to us, but man, dude, I was dying.
Dude, I couldn't breathe.
I couldn't breathe. It was so fucking funny.
Those big, like what happens with shit like that is you'll get one guy with 5 jars of sand. He'll have his friends jump up the bids, and the bids will go up to $90,000, and they're fake bids.
Yeah.
Someone ends up not paying, but then now they come out for $650, and it seems reasonable. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? And like, yeah, we could go down the mall and get Tom Brady retirement sands.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All day long. What are you going to wear when you do this polar plunge?
That's what I was thinking of.
You got to go Speedo.
Yeah, I was thinking
You
that.
got to go Speedo.
Dude, my dick will be so
It'll be
small.
gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be an innie.
Where do they go in down by the
The point.
is it down by the or it's probably on the down by the stadium where you
That's
could like
what-
walk in
yeah.
and out.
Yeah.
The point motherfuckers ain't be able to pull themselves up from there.
I think I'm going to like jump on the DVE team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I'm-
Z-Bird hit me up like, hey, dude, we got to do this polar plunge. I was like, no, thanks. It's not about the cold. It's more about, I'm not the river. Just gross. Wait, it's all early, too, in the morning.
YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO, buddy. I hope it goes well. Do you have to pay money for that?
Yeah, but like there's sponsors and like you end up.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
running a marathon and shit like that.
Yeah, you end up getting covered on the back end.
Bengals running back Joe Mixon pulled a gun on a girl. I haven't heard he got arrested yet. I heard he has a warrant. I haven't heard him getting arrested. Old Mixon, man.
Her was a misunderstanding.
I'm sure it was. Sure, sounds like a misunderstanding. Was it a misunderstanding when he dropped that chick in that fucking fast food restaurant when he was at Oklahoma
She
too?
spit on him.
She did spit on him. I think that girl. I don't want to say deserved, but she said some wild shit, I think.
Can't spit on people.
And can't spit on people. I agree.
Did she say racial slurs?
I believe so, and spit.
Well,
so
double whammy.
He dropped her, though, there. But,
was it the Ray Rice type dropping? It looks like she took it.
It was a Ray Rice type drop.
Was it?
It's not the same chick, right?
What do you mean?
I think the Steelers would have drafted Mixon if he didn't do that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Speaking of, Taylor Lewan from the Titans is a free agent. Jersey Jerry, he's a Barstool guy. He's trying to get, and Taylor Lewan's also a Barstool guy. Jerry's trying to get the Steelers to sign Taylor.
Left tackle, right?
Left tackle, big guy. He's been in the league for a long time, had some injuries. But, if he could stay healthy, it'd be a major signing. You'd probably get him for maybe a little bit of a deal. That being said, I guess him and J.J. Watt, which one do we have, TJ Watt, hate each other.
Do they?
Yeah.
Playing against each other?
Taylor spit on Watt in a game, and they're supposed to go fight by the buses, all kinds of crazy shit. So they're trying to smooth that over to see if he, but
let him fight in camp.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Watt's too. He hasn't forgot. No, I mean,
the spit, dude. That spit will stay
ruthless,
with you, dude.
Man. Yeah, we had a guy on our team in high school that was a spitter, and I remember apologizing behind him when he would do it. Sorry, buddy. He's out of his mind. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, he's on that podcast, Busting with the Boys.
Yep.
And they asked TJ to come on 3 different times, and every time he's just said no. A weird fact is, he was in Tennessee, signed a huge contract over a 3-year period, only played in 20 games.
Yeah, he gets hurt a lot.
So, yeah, but it's still, we need a left tackle. It'd be great if they could figure that out.
Speaking of Joe Rogan, his family's trying to blackmail him, making very bizarre videos.
They're Steeler fans. Did you see that?
No, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
His dad is just draped in Steeler gear they're from Jersey, I think.
Yeah, what's up with Jersey loving the Steelers?
I don't know. And they were just panning to the sister, panning to the weird brother, then panning back to the dad. It was such a awkward video. They said they have receipts on Joe Rogan.
Receipts of what?
Who knows, dude?
He said he hadn't even seen his dad
since he was a kid.
Right.
Since I've seen mine.
How much stupid shit could you do when you're 7?
Yeah, he said on a podcast so long ago that his dad used to beat the fuck out of his mom. But now his dad's making a video, and it's more weird than anything. The funny part is he's just draped head to toe in Steeler gear.
Yeah.
He got a Steeler hat on, a
The
Steeler
brother
windbreaker.
in every picture.
Would you have to go get your dad some clothes and some Steeler shit was on sale in Jersey? What's going on here, dude? You can't be draped in Steeler clothes the week of the AFC Championship and with no explanation. Why do you got all the Steeler gear on, man? Some dude the other day just came by in a fucking Steeler jersey. It threw me for a loop. I just never understand the jersey on a Wednesday afternoon.
When you're a kid,
when you're a kid, sure.
Yeah.
When you're a man, this dude was 30.
Yeah,
and, it was midday, and he just came walking
by
me.
His TJ Watt jersey
he just had his Pat Fairmouth jersey, and I'm like, that's weird, man. You're getting ready. I'm going with the Fairmouth today.
Yeah,
I don't know.
As a grown up.
But I get it. If you don't got a lot of clothes, you don't got a lot of. So who knows? But it's just I don't know. I always do a double take. Netflix was going to kick off 100 million users because of sharing passwords. They got very negative feedback very quick, and they backtracked real quick.
I'll say something about that. That was one case, the dude said it, where internet bullying worked.
Really worked.
Everyone kind of got together and was like, this is bullshit, and it was coming from all platforms, because not only was it they were against the password sharing. Say you're a traveling guy, and you want to take your Netflix, and you're in your hotel room, they made it more difficult for you to do that. Not only did you have to do, you could go there, you had to, sign up through this thing, get this special password set, just taking convenience completely out of Netflix. So it would have made it a pain in the ass every time you hooked your Netflix up.
Yeah, so I think if you were you would have to log in from your home spot once a month, and if you forgot to do it, you wouldn't be able to use it, on the road or anything like that. And they got shit on pretty quick. With the shows Netflix has been putting out, I don't know if this is the time for them to take some crazy stand.
Garbage.
It's fucking garbage, dude.
Stranger Things isn't coming up for a while. You know, the Narcos has been out of commission for a while.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders been out of commission for a minute. It's just there isn't much going on.
You watched the
Paramount
movie
Plus.
You People?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know you did. You saw it was all right. I hated it.
I liked
and I
it.
love Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I didn't.
It was a little too much for me.
It was very they made. I feel like they made it during the pandemic or something like that. It was very. They covered all bases. It was pretty woke.
Yeah.
And they weren't trying to like. I don't know. It was.
You put Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy. They're both funny people. I just don't
it
think
could have been really funny.
Yeah, it could have been. They just didn't. It wasn't well written. I don't feel like
no,
directed.
It was very easy. It was very predictable.
It was
but the cast on
cast
that,
was crazy
unbelievable.
good.
They had
Mike
like,
Epps.
dude, they had Mike Epps. They had Andrew Santino. They had fucking the Schultz.
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, they had Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Who was Eddie Murphy's wife in it? Nia Long.
Yeah, Neil
Neil
Long.
Long,
Dude,
yeah.
there was. We're missing a ton of
The
people
chick from
too.
Seinfeld.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Elaine was
And
in it.
their husband.
David Duchovny.
Yeah,
from
David
Yeah.
Duchovny.
Yeah, that was loaded.
That should have been
dude.
great.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
I gotta admit, I kind of liked it, and I didn't think I would. But I stuck it through, and I kind of liked it.
I thought it was. I mean, it was.
You gotta let
It
Eddie
was-
Murphy be funny a little
You
bit.
got to let Eddie Murphy be Eddie Murphy. I agree
Right.
with you. But it was something to watch.
Right.
If, no football.
Disappointing.
Whatever. I don't expect much with like a Netflix movie at all at this point. It's all going to
Yeah.
be pretty corny. So, it is what it is. Speaking of Netflix, Carol Baskin's dead husband is supposed to be alive and well. Even if he is, who gives a fuck? I feel like these people are just doing anything they can to say any type of relevant at all. Like, I've seen a clip where it said the Tiger King changed his will, was leaving all of his shit to his boyfriend. Like, bro, I can't. You guys, the Tiger King was the perfect timing to come out. It was the middle of the pandemic. It was during lockdowns. No one could go anywhere. Everybody had to watch it because they had nothing else they could do. And everybody jumped on Twitter at the same time. And it was awesome. But it's over.
It's
dude.
over.
It's over.
And
Foul out gracefully.
And yeah,
Right.
and just by like her saying like the husband not being dead thing, it was like then after that there was no proof.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
just
mean?
a
Like-
stupid. Like, oh, he's in Mexico and he's great.
She's like, yeah, he's been alive for months. I just didn't figure to tell anybody.
Like,
Like,
did he get eaten by a tiger or not?
yeah, like you know, OJ said he's tiger sashimi, and we all know this is a pro OJ podcast. I don't
Yeah.
know. I tend to lean towards OJ.
New York school issues apology after they serve chicken, waffles, and watermelon for Black History Month. Who makes that call and thinks that's a good idea? Like, what the fuck? Like, all right, Black History Month, you want to put some food out there? You want to have, like, some cuisine? Do some soul food. How hard's that? Do a little soul food.
Was it a white person who decided
I
this?
bet it was, John.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, I bet. They had to apologize. It was,
Did they?
yeah, so I'm assuming that was probably a white that made that call.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, that's just the most stereotypical
That's
shit.
pretty stereotypical.
Yeah, that you could pick.
The only left out was the grape soda.
Yep. And yeah. Hey, like,
No, I'm being serious. You know what I mean? Like we all grew up we all have like black friends growing up. That would be like a joke. You know what I mean? Bust each other's balls playing football. You know what I mean? Like that would be something we joke around each other about.
I was never a grape guy. I love orange pop.
Dude, I used to love some Welch's grape.
So
I
yeah.
never disliked. Well, I
preferred it.
I like grape pop. I just like orange pop better, and I feel like they're always if you're gonna have that choice, they're always together. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? If there's gonna be an orange pop, there's most likely there's gonna be a grape pop too. I'm gonna go orange over
forgot
grape
about
every
grape
time.
pop.
Fanta, like you know, but I think one of the most underestimated pops of all time was Faygo. Faygo made delicious pops.
Yeah, they good root beer too.
Yeah,
I got good root beer.
they had
Yeah.
good grape, good orange.
Yeah, I mean we talk about Cherokee Red every other week.
I could
on this
use a
podcast.
grape pop right now. Now I gotta have to go stop somewhere and get one.
Yeah,
I could really use the Cherokee Red, man. The Red's hard to find.
yeah. Well, Connocellas.
Yep.
Or Capizzuto sponsored the
Capizzuto's.
podcast 412-521-6570. Go get yourself Cherokee Red.
Girl didn't give up window seat to lady whose son was 17, and a lady talked shit the whole entire flight. What's going on here? No one gives. It's like I remember me and Lainey like got in that.
Yeah.
And like we had that lady like chirp us the whole flight.
Yeah.
People just gotta realize like bad shit. Like I understand how shit escalates on flights because people talk shit and they don't think there's gonna be any like repercussion. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of this shit's absolutely ridiculous. No one should have to get up for a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah, what does
Unless
that
they're
mean?
like-
What is so he's 17? Can he have the window?
Because
Why?
you want to sit next to him. I don't get what's going on. I
Oh,
don't
she
care if
had
he
to
does.
sit because she's wanted to sit next to him.
I guess, but like that doesn't even make sense because that would give her in the middle seat. Like like
right.
I don't. It
if,
doesn't make
if
sense.
you got the window, here's two next to each other.
right. I don't. Yeah, I think.
Well, you want him to be able to see out the window. He's never seen out the window.
I think it was something like that. Like if people were
You should
so
have paid for a window seat.
yeah,
It's first
it's
class.
just- that like I read this and I instantly got infuriated. Like it took me back to that lady like just running her fucking mouth, dude, and like I want to spit on her.
Were you guys? Have you guys ever rode a train?
Never been on a train.
So I rode a train from Chicago to Pittsburgh. I was 13 years old, and when I was getting on the train, there was like an older girl getting on. She was like probably 20 years old, really pretty. I'll never forget. I was 13. My Aunt Lisa gave her a $20 bill, and she said, "Where are you going?" She said, "I'm going to Philadelphia, but it goes through Pittsburgh." She said, "My nephew's getting off of Pittsburgh. Just keep an eye on him." This chick was the nicest chick ever, but this guy, I got up to go to the bathroom, and this like older 40-year-old dude like swarmed in and stole my seat. And she
Really?
like, well, she lied and said like, "Oh, it's my brother. We need to sit together." He's like, "Oh, I was just trying to see if you wanted to go," because they have a bar on the train.
Oh, he was trying to hit on her.
Yeah, but he was super creepy and she's like, "Oh, it's my brother." You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, she asked me after that. She was like, because I had the window seat. She was like, "Let me sit in the window. You sit here. This way, I
Keep this creep away from me.
Yeah, keep this guy away from her because he tried switching seats and sitting behind her and smelling her hair. It
Did
was
he?
just real
Smell some hair smelling?
I'm just guesstimating. This was over 25 years, but like he made me real uncomfortable. I'm like, man, is he gonna try to do something? Like I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I've never been on a train. I think the idea of a train intrigues me. Then I think I'd be on the train. Like, get me the fuck off this train.
Well, no, if it's like a train that had a bar, it had some like meals, like a nice train,
Yeah,
right.
like old timey.
But if like say like we got on a train, we would get fucked up beyond belief.
So what?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
If you're going,
If there's more room to walk around and it's more comfortable,
Yeah.
I
it
would.
takes so much longer.
If it would take how much? I mean, how
it
long
took-
was Chicago?
It took 14 hours.
That's crazy.
That's a day. You spend a day on a train getting fucked
Right.
up.
I
Take a
left
nap,
you-
wake up, you're there.
Yeah, you get to fucking Chicago.
It's an hour and a
fucking
half.
Airport to
But you know, hurry.
yeah.
Maybe just see this, check the scenes out. You know what I mean? Driving through the countryside.
And there's first class on trains. I
Yeah.
wasn't, but like you could sit in the first class and like you have access to the bar, the food court.
So you
everything
can get
for
up and walk around and it's comfy.
1,000%.
And like you could have a hot meal.
You can go to a place and you can like they have a little diner in there.
Meal cart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides the meal court, there's a diner
a little
spot.
train.
They have a little gift shop. Like, dude, the train's cool. They have one that goes around like the mountains and shit. It's like but like I wouldn't mind training across the U.S.
I'd train.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would like it, but like you said, like a 2.5 hour trip turns into a 14-hour trip.
It would have to be a thing. Like you're half the entertainment is being on the train.
Yeah.
With some boys. Like if it was just like you, not like saying, but like me and my girlfriend, we drive each other nuts. You know what
Right.
I mean?
And we might have to go to dude Punxsutawney. I heard. Off the
Yeah.
wall.
Well, this is the first year it's been back really since like COVID.
Right.
Yeah. They your boy went up her. Old Colin Dunlap was up her being corny as ever.
No, well he's gonna be corny wherever
Russ
he goes.
was up there and he said the whole thing's bullshit.
Did he? He's going for early spring.
Yeah, he was like, it's gonna be an early spring, man. Keep on scratching.
what a weird tradition that is.
What the heroin addicted groundhog?
Well, that and just like the groundhog.
How long
Groundhog Day
ago
itself.
did that start? I mean, they didn't have shit.
Hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Right,
had
they
to
didn't
be
have
old
shit
as
going
shit.
on in the early 1800s.
Yeah, we need something to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's wintertime, losing our marbles here.
They took some drugs and thought of that.
I'll tell you what, I'm ready for spring. Went to the driving range the other day. It was so packed, it was insane. But I am crushing that 2-iron I bought. Just a little update for anybody that's looking for the smoke this summer. Man lost ball because his dickhead boss kicked him in the nuts thinking it was funny. I guess this guy was the guy that everybody picks on at work. You know, they get him to do stupid shit, yada, yada, yada. The boss kicked this guy in the balls hard as hell, busted one of his nuts. Guy sues company, sues boss, gets $295K in court. I don't know if that's enough money
That's
for
not
a
enough
ball, dude.
What kind of company did
It
he
looked like it was like some construction type shit.
There's someone I know whose grandparents had a surgery and lost a testicle and was awarded millions.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You gotta get me a mill.
take one of my tests, especially if you're like in if you could have children at that.
Yeah.
Still?
Right. Yeah,
He stole future children.
I feel like they lowballed the shit out of this guy, and he was like $295.
Maybe he was an idiot.
Yeah, I think it sounds like he might have been an idiot. That $295 is gonna be gone by fucking springtime.
Yeah, the attorney took like 50%.
Yep.
Unless he went to Shenderovich and Fishman, they only charged 25.
That's it. They
Yeah,
got
they
your
charged
back, not your
25.
wallet.
That's
That's the
like
thing.
John said, they got your back, not your wallet.
Everybody else is 33 1/3.
Yeah.
Well, give Shenderovich
Yeah,
a
$295 is not enough for something like that. You got to do a little more. The average American will eat 35,000 cookies in their lifetime.
You think that's a low ball number?
I tweeted it was a lowball number, then I did the math. That's a lot of cookies, dude.
So what'd you come out to your estimated cookie per day?
I didn't do it per day. I kind of like broke it down, and it was a lot.
I mean, you were about 20 that day. I brought the cookies in here. That's like a 2-hour period.
Yeah. Well, yeah, John, I like cookies. Everyone knows that. I don't know.
You don't think you're over 35,000?
Why did you bring the cookies if you don't want anybody to eat the fucking cookies?
Do you think you're over 35,000?
Calorie counting, John's back. No, I don't.
I told you look thin.
Yeah, you did.
Cookie season's over.
I don't know. I don't think I'm 35,000. I would
mean,
say
when you're a kid, dude, you're putting in big numbers, man.
See, like, yeah, are you?
Dude, I used to crush them Chips Ahoy.
Yeah, you're right. EL Fudgies a lot.
Dude, just like I used to wipe out Chips Ahoy.
Yeah, when my parents would buy the soft bake.
Yes.
Those things, you couldn't keep those things in house. They
Yeah.
were gone in minutes.
Now, if you're going Cookie Crisp, are you kind of each Cookie Crisp is a cookie or no?
No, we're
It's
talking
your-
cookies, dude.
I can guarantee. I think I could say the same because I went through some periods. If you're counting Buckeyes, I think I'm over 30. I
Yeah,
think
Buckeyes count.
Buckeyes a cookie.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Those are rich.
I'll go. Dude, the other day at that Central thing, I donned 9 Buckeyes, didn't blink.
I
Didn't
bet
blink.
you 35,000 over. I mean, too. I mean,
By the end of my life, I'm only
Yeah.
halfway there.
I'm looking forward to trying. But like when me, you, and Dino lived together, we had 2 things of thumbprints on deck at all times.
The good ones.
Yeah,
too.
the good thumbprints, the giant eagle thumbprints. So I mean, that was a big cookie couple years for me.
And
Yeah.
we had the cookie hookup from
We had the cookie hookup. Yeah, I
who's
don't
the
know.
cookie hookup?
This chick, her mom made fire
best homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she used to drop them off.
It was like 15. I want to say it was like $12 a dozen. It was like $1, but it was worth it. It was
12 a dozen? Were they big?
Yeah, they were big guys.
Yeah.
They were good. Yeah, 35,000. We'll see. That'd be cool to have like stats on something like that. Like, what's my cookie count? And it would just pop up. Like, hey, you're at
Like, dude, you're at 28.
15,000
yeah,
cookies. And you're like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm on
32.
pace.
How many times did I jerk off?
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
I think that's
Do
35,000.
you think you've ate more cookies or jerked off more?
jerk. Oh,
More cookies.
Well, yeah, I'd say more cookies because I never jerked off 20 times
Right.
in a day.
Right. Yeah, that would
yeah.
even
Christmas
that
time
math out.
comes. I mean,
Yeah.
shit.
I'm not jerking off 714 times.
Right. I
Yeah.
put down like 30 pizzelles in one day. Like, it's not.
Right. You'd be dehydrated, shriveled up in a corner sweating.
Angry customer at Chipotle pulls the strap out on the workers. She was in line for 20 minutes. Those Chipotle lines, they could get long. She finally gets to like the top. Her time. They tried to close on her. Like, hey, it's after 7 o'clock or whatever time it is. We're done for the night. She went ballistic.
You can't do that.
Pulled the gun on him.
Yeah.
She should have shot him.
Did she get her food?
Oh yeah, she got her food.
Here's what they need to do. Before you come in, no, we're done. You can't even get in line.
Lock
Right.
the door.
Lock the door.
Lock the door.
Anybody in
Yeah.
that line gets served.
We're closed.
I think a
This
lot of
customer
places do
service
that.
is dead.
Yeah, that's way different. Like if you come in like, hey, sorry, we're not taking any new orders. It sucks, but it's way different than waiting in line
Right.
and tell me I'm fucked when I'm waiting. I'm starving and I'm waiting for my burrito.
That would be horrible.
That's gotta
Horrible.
be like a young kid. Like, my shift's over. Like, no,
Yeah,
you finish.
right.
Get these people their food.
You got to finish the line.
You got to finish the line. That's
Got
it.
to finish the line. And so yeah, she went ballistic. It was some little white trash girl too. It looked like she was from like West Mifflin or something.
Is this local?
No, it wasn't. I
Nah.
wish it was. But she just had that. She just had that look. Maybe like
The hoop
glass
earrings.
sports. Yeah, glass sports more. She looked like a glass sports
Ponytail.
girl. Yep. And then she's like, I don't play this game, and just fucking. She's like, you're gonna make my burrito now. Pulled out the gun. Like that's fucking
Yeah,
great.
she's probably stoned, hungry. Yeah.
It's starving. We had a 15-year-old kid playing. He was like in Bangladesh or some shit, playing hide and seek. Hid in a shipping container, fell asleep. Gets shipped to another country. They find him 6 days later in the shipping container, still alive. is this kid the best hide and seek Is this kid the best hide and seek player of all time?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good, dude.
How did he live?
There must have been something in that container.
Yeah.
I tried to find that. What was in the container? You think that would be in the story? I actually read the fucking thing. It wasn't, because I was like, what was in there? Was there a bunch of snacks in there? Was there water? Like, what the fuck?
There had to be air for one. There has to be. So that's the number one thing. I think if you're a kid, you probably get by with a bottle of water. But like, there had to be something for him to drink.
No doubt.
He could have went without eating for 6 days, I think.
Yeah, I think you're fine on the food. You're definitely fine on the food. The water, I don't think you are.
The water's where you got,
But I mean, yeah, you gotta give that kid the title of the best hide and seek player of all time. Another country, he's probably out of bounds.
Yeah,
I
you
don't,
never.
I don't know.
That's out of bounds.
I don't know if there's any out of bounds restrictions. Like, I don't know how these kids play over in Bangladesh. But
You cross county lines.
yeah,
You leave Greenfield, we used to be like, if you got a Greenfield, you're.
Yeah, we used to.
talk about arguments back in the day. Release, dude, people being out of bounds, that used to ruin games of release. And people used to fucking see you out of bounds. People would fist fight.
Dudes be on Hazelwood.
Oh, yeah. Literally be down Hazelwood and like right on the border there. And then they come like, you'd be calling all the oxen free. Next thing you know, because you got caught out of bounds.
Old Denny Janeski, he was the king of that.
People be in their house. Fucking Bill Grace used to fucking bring a roll of toilet paper with him so he could shit in the woods because he always had the shit. Fucking, oh, man. Those were the days.
Yeah.
Tennessee lawmakers trying to get the day after the Super Bowl as a holiday. Every year, this comes up like, oh, we need to make it a holiday. Just do it, man.
Yeah.
Give everybody a day off work. Take one of these stupid holidays, Flag Day or some bullshit like that. Columbus
Flag Day.
Columbus Day. Something like that. And give everybody the day off work after the Super Bowl.
Or just
have it on Saturday. Or just add it. Yeah, don't take anything.
Saturday probably be better.
So just have it on Saturday.
If you can't, one or the other.
But
Right.
I
one or the other.
I love it. Like, the idea of Saturday seems cool, but then Sunday would be such a letdown. I love, because then they would lose out money wise, because Saturday there's all kind of events and shit going on for the Super Bowl.
Still the Super Bowl. I get what you're saying. It has to be a money issue,
Local
or else they would have
commerce.
did it.
Local
Yeah.
commerce.
If people
Phoenix.
going to work on Monday, like, you're definitely pumping the brakes. Like, all right, dude, I'm going to have some food. I'm going to drink a couple beers. But I'm not going, like, full-fledged Super Bowl party, like, bring the guys over.
Yeah, you're right. Whatever town's having that Super
Bars.
Bowl would lose out on a night of hotel stays. They will lose out a day on restaurants. They will lose out a day on bar sales. So I get it. It makes sense. Just give everybody a day off. We work enough.
Would you think that in a town, like, say, where's that this year? Phoenix?
Yeah.
So out in Phoenix, would you say that
Glendale, but yeah.
would you say that on Saturday it's more financially beneficial for that community than Sunday, the actual day of the Super Bowl? Because there's more people going out and like
No, no.
Because you've been around Super Bowls, I never have.
Yeah, no, they're equally as cracking.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
For bars?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
bars,
but plus, like,
restaurants.
house parties, too. I mean, people
Yeah.
like to watch at the crib and their big TV.
Just give everybody a day off.
Yeah,
I think
we
it's
talked
a great day.
before we started recording. We talked about it a little bit. Like, what's everybody want to do? And I feel like everyone's kind of asking each other, like, do you want to do anything with the Super Bowl? But nobody's really asking because everybody just wants to sit on their own couch, eat food, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I had the days of going out for a Super Bowl. I don't know. I want to hear the commercials.
I have 3 daughters and a wife who could give a shit about football. So
Right.
Yeah, you're
Sometimes
probably
it
better
gets-
off out of the house.
You kind of want people.
it gets a little lonely when you can't, like,
Yeah.
hey, did you see that play? And you're just like, yeah.
That's what Twitter's for.
It is.
You're
right.
thinking about having something? I mean, if you get some Italian dogs and
I
stuff.
was thinking about it. Maybe Italian dogs, couple wing-a-dings.
You got Wi-Fi, so I can put my bets in. All right,
Wi-Fi.
it's an option.
Me, you, and Duke.
Yeah, like part of me wants to do something, the other part of me doesn't. I don't know. We'll see.
You always want to do something until it's that day.
Till it's time to do
and
something.
then you're like, why did I fucking agree? It's like
Right.
a nice warm house.
Zebra's like, but he's gonna go in that little, like, dent in his couch where it's, like, formed to his body. Like,
Yeah, dude, I love that spot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to drink, and I'm off the dope right now, so I'm not going to be much fun anywhere I go. New bill allows Massachusetts inmates 1 year off sentence if they become organ donors. We must be running low on organs.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fair trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 year for my organs when I'm dead. I'm an organ donor, and I didn't get shit for it.
I think we all are, except for Shuley.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Was it you and Shuley not?
Shuley's I'm not.
Yeah, I thought.
Shuley's
both.
not. Shuley got a little defensive about it.
Yeah,
I don't
Shuley
really
got
have
all
a great
wound up.
excuse. I'm just not. I probably could be convinced, but I just.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's there to convince? You could save a little girl that needs a heart,
Yeah,
and
good,
you're dead.
yeah.
But if not, she dies. So that's on you, John.
Yep.
If that's what you want to do, that's what you want
You
to
can
do.
probably make them by now with stem cells. They're fine.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, obviously not. They're letting.
I
They're letting
know.
criminals out of jail a year early.
I wish Foley was here right now.
Yeah.
He would have pepped up right away.
Yeah, he gets all wound up. Universal Studios has a new ride, Mario Kart ride. Looks sick, but they're getting ripped because people that have over a 40-inch waistline can't fit in the ride.
That's not that big.
So the fats can't fit in the ride, but 40 inches isn't a lot, dude, at all.
Eagle tits. I'm
thinking like 38.
Yeah, you're 38. So, but like, I'm a 36. A couple bad weekends, I can get up to who knows where I can go. 40s. Listen, if you're a huge fat, you gotta expect you can't do some shit. But like, I feel like
If you're just a bigger person.
40-inch, you're a bigger person. That's like kind of like dad fat.
Yeah, but bigger people usually aren't going in like go-karts and shit, are they?
Why
Well, I
not?
don't know. I mean, yeah.
It should be
Go-karts aren't
allowed.
that big.
You think fat people shouldn't be allowed to have fun? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, don't they have enough fun when they eat?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, good
Thumbs
point.
back up.
Yeah, I just 40 like.
There's just some
like,
small things in the world
who-
they can't fit in.
Yeah, but who designed that? Like, you gotta realize America's a full of pigs. You gotta
Right.
you gotta
It's
make
an obese society,
yeah,
50%.
you gotta make shit a little
Or just make bigger courts.
I mean, 40's small. I mean,
That's my
I could see 46, 44, 46. But you start talking 40, like, there's a lot of dudes we know that ain't gonna be able to get on that motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
And they're not fat, obese people. They're just a little bit big.
They're not slim either. But I get what you're saying. Yeah. All right, let's take a break.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Z-Bird from Greenfield's Finest Podcast. If you're in the real estate market right now, if you're buying, selling, looking for someone to be a property manager, I know just the people. Carlson & Associates, located in the heart of Pittsburgh, Southside. Carlson & Associates, not just known in the Southside, they're known all over the Pittsburgh area, and they're great at commercial and residential, and they've got you covered. Call 412-431-1718 or visit their website at casouthside.com. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I don't know if you've ever had a problem like me, but if you've ever stuck your dick in the light socket, you're probably going to need an electrician. Well, good thing Greenfield's Finest Podcast has Plug Electric as our official electricians of the Greenfield Finest Podcast. If you're looking for a good electrician, contact Plug Electric. Ask for Vance Hall. Phone number 412-298-6770. That's 412-298-6770. And stop sticking your dick in the light socket. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Z-Bird from Greenfield's Finest Podcast. If you're looking to go out this week, if you're a guy or a girl and you're looking for something to do and you and your friends want to go out, why don't you check out 12 Whiskey Barbecue at 1222 East Carson Street. Not only do they got some of the best drinks in the world, they got over 100 craft beers, and they absolutely have some of the best food in all of Southside. So check out 12 Whiskey Barbecue at 1222 East Carson Street if you want to go out and you want to have some good food and you want to fuck. I don't know about you, but shit's always breaking around my house, whether it's my washer, whether it's my dryer, whether it's my stove, whether it's my fridge. Something's always breaking. I used to have a handyman, but you can't rely on anyone nowadays until I find Primetime Appliance. 412-896-1395. They fix TVs, ovens, dishwashers, microwaves, and everything more. These are the guys that call, and they get the job done right. That's Primetime Appliance. 412-896-1395. And tell them you heard it on Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Hey, what's up, everybody? You looking for a fun night out in the South Side, but you don't want to get punched in your face? Neither do I. That's why I'm going down Finn McCool's at 1501 East Carson Street. You want to go somewhere, have a beer, hang out with some people, see some hot chicks or some hot dudes, but you don't want to get punched in your fucking face? Well, go down to Finn McCool's at 1501 East Carson Street. Have a good time and tell them Z-Bird sent you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest Podcast. We're about to jump into what's grinding our gears. Angry John, what's grinding them gears?
All right, I went to Sky Zone. Or Urban Air. It's called Urban Air at the Best Buy in the waterfront.
I heard that place is pandemonium, dude. It's like a trampoline park, right?
It's a trampoline park. So like it's not like huge. Like there's one out in like Cranberry. That's huge. It's a decent size, dude. But like the one dude I was talking to, he's like, dude, they should hand you a Xanax when you walk in this place with the socks, because like, dude, it's crazy. Like we went, it was like not that many people at like 5:30 on a Friday. By 7:30, I'm like, I gotta leave.
Get the fuck out of here.
But dude, so like, that's bad enough. There's kids running around
Is
everywhere.
there older kids there too?
Yeah. How?
Like-
I don't
like-
know how old is too old.
16.
Yeah, there was like a couple. They were like smooching, but then they were like going in on some bouts
If you're
and shit.
shaving your box, you shouldn't be at Sky Zone.
Right. but then there's like, yeah, right. If you're trimming your shelf. But then there was like some older people like who were like with their kids, but like they weren't just watching their kids; they were having a good time.
Oh, they got beer there?
No, there's no beer, but but I'm saying like there was like some hoops where you could like jump on the thing and jam.
That's hard to resist.
Some older guys were getting in
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that, and then there was like someone like she was probably like 35. Who was like, ooh, I haven't gone on this yet. She was like hitting a rock climb and like knocking little kids over to like get in line. It was kind of funny. But like the craziest shit, which was like grinding my gears, is like my youngest Josie comes back and she's like holding this little girl's hand with Johanna. I'm like, oh, you made a friend. Next thing I know, like this little girl's with us for like an hour.
Asking for money and shit. You buying her snacks?
I bet I did buy her food.
Yeah.
We're like, where's your dad? Like, who are you with?
Right.
She's like, my dad's over there somewhere. I don't know, like. So this is an hour. You think this place isn't that big. You should be able to find your kid.
Right.
This dude is like nowhere to be found. And I'm guessing. I bet you it's this dude right here. I like walk by his table. There's like a pink coat and pink shoes. This dude's got his feet up on the booth, just in his phone for an hour.
Jesus.
This kid's 4.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my kid, like the 9 and 7-year-old. Go ahead. I'm sure you guys will come back.
Right.
For the most part, I'll keep a little bit of an eye, but like 4, that's a wild move.
It's a crazy move.
Finally, like, dude, like after like an hour or so, like. Johanna like went into a bounce somewhere and like basically this girl just stayed and like didn't come back with us. See this dude pop up and start like running around this place like looking for his kid.
Now he's worried about it.
That dude, like literally an hour, didn't lift his head up. Dude, and this place is like it's pandemonium.
Yeah,
there's
no.
people everywhere. There's like bigger kids and little kid shit that shouldn't be in there. Like your kid could get knocked over, like bullied, like you never know, lost. You know what I mean? And then he like did, sure enough, it was this dude. He came back and was holding this girl's hand. She like sat at the table for a second and like ran off again. Grabbed another little girl's hand. I seen her like run off again, and he was like sitting there in a journal, like writing his. I was obsessed with this dude. I couldn't stop staring at him.
I agree with you. When you get somebody like some weirdo like that, you're like, what's going on in your mind, buddy? Like, watch your fucking
like,
kid.
Dude, for an hour, like this dude, you had no idea. Like I said, this kid's 4.
Yeah,
this little kid was 4.
You owe me $6 for a hot dog.
Right.
You fuck.
Yeah, snacks ain't cheap, brother.
Nah, dude. Me and we were there. There was one of those. There was one of those things right by us in Morovo when we had a location out in Morovo. We went and scouted it to see see if we get our mitts on, like try to figure something out. We walked in there. It was like a black light party or some shit. It was like late. It was insane. I was like, no way, and no fucking way. We just turned around and walk out. Like, I don't care if this makes us millionaires. It ain't worth it. Like having to like deal with this.
Yeah, there's a lot to them. I mean, plus, somebody got to get busted up. Johanna got chirped by like some teenage girls because Josie, she was trying to go down this slide, and like these girls were like trying to run up.
Yeah,
they were like bigger kids and like a smaller
they're like
kid.
gatekeeping the cool shit.
Dude,
like,
right. And so like Johanna's like, no, girls, this is for like little kids to go down. They started like chirping her a little bit.
Yeah, are they about to jump Johanna? Johanna's about to get jumped by
I was like,
some Homestead 13-year-olds.
Yes, I think she was on her way. I'm like, because Josie wanted to go back in there. Johanna's like, no.
Like, I don't want that smoke.
No,
I don't want that smoke.
I don't want it.
No, no fucking way. Yeah, those places look very stressful, man.
Dude, they should sell beer there because you need something to take the edge off. That's probably a bigger license. I bet you some places.
Yeah.
To sell beer with them activities, it would probably be an insurance thing.
Maybe. Like, I wasn't jumping on nothing. But, yeah, like I said, I went to like a Flying Squirrel, I think, was in Cranberry. That place was, like, a lot bigger and wide up. Still same thing. Like, you're going to have some people on some shit they shouldn't be on.
Yep.
There's a major dodgeball game going.
Yeah, that's
They
wild.
got the American Gladiators thing for some reason. My oldest was into, like, where you're, like, trying to chuck somebody off the beam.
Yeah, no, that seems like a giant nightmare for parents, and like you gotta your kids see shit like that. They hear they
don't want to leave.
It.
They love it.
Oh man, what do they get a ticket or something like that per
Dude,
person?
We got a pass. I don't even know what the pass is. I don't know.
It wasn't anything crazy though.
No, it wasn't too bad. Make sure you bring your socks. You gotta have the right socks. if they're not Urban Air socks, you got to buy new socks.
What do you mean?
You got to have you could tell by the socks.
So
Wait, Urban Air has their own
Particular sock. Don't be bringing flying squirrel socks to Urban Air.
Are the socks, do they have like something special on them?
They're like tie-dyed one, and then the other ones have like light blue with ducks.
So you buy these socks before you get there, or you buy
can buy them there, but you can bring them back every time.
But you're not allowed
yeah.
to use regular socks.
No.
Huh?
What a racket.
That's a good ass racket. I like that move.
Yeah.
Huh? I like that. Zebra, what do you got?
Today I got home. I was like doing some stuff earlier today. In my mailbox, there's a flyer, and then what it is, it's inviting me to a Super Bowl party that my neighbor's having, and informs on the flyer that it's $30 per person, $10 per child. Please contact blank before coming. Everyone was required to bring a cover dish or beverage. Contact blank before so you know what to bring, so we don't have too much of one thing. We're also having a $10 block pool, which the winner will be able to donate to the charity of their liking. You got some fucking nerve, dude. I'm like, and I'm not really that cool with this, dude. I'm like, $30 a person, and like, not to like, it's not a huge house.
$30 a person
With bringing a cover dish. Everyone got one of these flyers in their like.
And the block pool, you don't even get the money. It goes to a charity.
That's what we're like.
This
I'm
dude's
like,
keeping the money.
It's keeping the money, right?
and I'm like, did this dude just buy like a fucking giant TV and say, "Oh, I'm gonna cover this"?
Try to pay for it.
Yeah, $3. And then like my one neighbor, we like kind of like I seen him whenever I was leaving. I was kind of in a hurry, and he had the thing in his hand, and all he did was this. I was like, cuz I ain't going.
Don't get me started. Listen to the podcast this week.
I was like, don't get me
I
started.
mean, $30, that's a pretty hefty ticket.
Nobody's going to that.
to bring a thing.
And bring something in a block.
It'd be crazy to say $30, all you could drink, all you could eat.
There's going to be beer here and food.
Yeah, $30
That
is
ain't
still.
bad.
It still ain't great.
No, it's
But,
not.
like-
But like, you should be. Yeah, you should.
There
You're
is-
inviting
I-
you should
strangers
want
to
for
your crib.
nothing.
Yeah, right.
I did leave. They are providing draft beer, so like they're probably buying a barrel.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely a barrel.
So they're buying a barrel. It's something like this dude's like in his 40s. This is something like a high school kid would do. Like, hey, let's get a barrel,
right.
watch the game, and we'll order some. But not like, hey, we're gonna order pizzas. How everyone up? Everyone can pitch in $5-10. That'd be great. If not, you're still welcome to do it. $30. So me and my lady go. That's $60. We get a couple blocks. We're at $80 plus our cover dish.
a
We just
hobby.
spent $100. That's a major prop bet we could have put in.
To go sit on some slapdick cum-stained couch.
I have no idea what this inside of this place looks like. And the weird thing is, like, there's
With
people,
strangers.
There are people up in that area, like everyone knows. Like, oh yeah, it's my man Tony. This person it doesn't qualify for that.
Yeah, that's very strange.
So I think it was a weird way to like.
This smells just like the Alder Ice Central March Madness bracket we used to run back in the day.
It was.
That you guys always won. You guys always knew the winner.
If you went the Alder Ice, the Central kid won it. If you went the Central and Alder Ice kid won it.
Yeah.
It was a fugazi.
It was a fugazi. Don't give Greenfield kids your money when they don't have any. Life lesson. Yeah, that's fucking a wild move, man. Flyers too, like in the era of like text messages and Facebook.
That's
They don't have
groups.
no
That's
incentive.
you and your
Yeah, that's
girls.
crazy.
you and your girls sitting there like, we need to make some money. There's a
Money,
Super Bowl.
yeah.
Let's have a major
They're
party.
just fucking coked out of their mind. Like, dude, everybody will come.
They must have seen it on a TikTok or something. Looking for a quick
The
way to
block
make
pool
money.
to your favorite charity, though.
That's just
That-
terrible.
They
you're
deserve to go to
stealing
jail.
it.
Yeah.
Like to the charity you pick. Like, oh, I got a good charity, the Zidell Foundation.
Yeah.
We like to buy baseball cards.
Called Pay My Electric Bill.
Yeah.
I got a gear grinder. I don't know what's going on the past like week or so. No bullshit. I've gotten 3 or 4 numbers with ringbacks. Do you guys remember what ringbacks are? You call somebody and like Beethoven starts to play or like Taylor Swift starts to play instead of a telephone ringing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Can you
dude?
do
They
that?
coming back.
I have no idea.
Can you do that to your own phone?
I have no idea. I never had a ringback, but to have one right now in 2023 is just bizarre behavior. Do you have to pay for ringbacks? Is somebody paying like a monthly ringback bill? Like
There's an app.
Are you a ringback guy?
No, but there's an app, and you get so many songs to select from, and it's like
for your ring back.
and you get unlimited per month. Like you're allowed to use as many songs as you. But there has to be a song that is there. Like you can't pick the Knight Rider theme if it's not on there.
Yeah, I swear it's always like some classical music, and like, what are you like trying to think? Like people are like, man, you're so intelligent. You want people to know you listen to classical music. Like, I don't know what's going on there.
I don't like.
I don't like the ringback people.
A couple times I've
all.
heard them and I've like hung up because I thought the phone call wasn't working.
Yeah, it's fucking weird as hell. My bookie used to have one. It was strange as hell. Like, dude, I don't want to hear get fucking Mozart out of my ear right now. But yeah, I completely forgot about them, and no bullshit. 3 or 4 numbers. I call a lot of people for work every day, but like
They're coming back.
yeah, man, it was bizarre. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It would be like when dudes used to have like on their voicemail, they'd be like recording a mixtape.
Yeah.
They'd play the mixtape in the back.
Yeah, it'd be like Ja Rule and Ashanti,
or
like,
Genuine Poetry,
yeah,
like, yeah.
what's love got to do? Or like, yeah, that's not either of them, but you know what I'm
I know
saying.
what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, ringbacks driving me nuts. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
The quick life hack I found out the other day. So I always was saying about the people at Costco. They harass you. They try to get you signed up for AT&T. If you ask those people to send you a quote and then call Verizon and then you can verify that quote, Verizon will match it. They did it. I did it.
How much you saving?
It's my bill's down to $75 a month.
Nice.
So quick life hack: if you go down to Costco or any AT&T store and they are saying, hey, we can get you to switch over, ask them to email you the quote. You could take that email, get on the phone with Verizon, forward that email to them during that. They'll look at it and they'll match it. It's a life hack.
You know, I believe you, but like the way my luck works is I would do that and they were like, okay, go ahead, switch.
Yeah.
They were saying that they're losing people. Never mind. This is a Brock Purdy conversation. So I'm not.
I had a feeling it was coming. All right, let's take a break.
All right, but we'll take a quick commercial break. Be right back with more Greenfield's Finest Podcast. You might recognize my voice from Greenfield's Finest Podcast, but you'd recognize my face more from Rosado & Sons Landscaper, where I've been an employee for over 5 years, where I work with owner-son John Rosado. If you're looking for quality landscaping, pressure washing, snow removal, and lawn maintenance, which includes fertilizer, grub control, weed killer, call 412-521-9045. This isn't some pop-up operation. They've been in business for over 80 years. So if you want good, quality work, call Rosado & Sons Landscaping at 412-521-9045. Tell them Z-Bird sent you and get the special discount. Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you're having car problems right now, there's not really too many places to go that you can trust. One place you can is Meineke Car Care Center, located at 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. They handle everything, not just oil changes, but brakes, maintenance, everything. So if you have car trouble and you need help, make sure you call Meineke Car Care Center, 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. Phone number 412-451-8968, and ask for Arthur. Did you just get the bad news that your girlfriend's fucking your neighbor? Well, it sounds like a pretty shitty situation. I got just the answer. Miracle Movers. You need to move in a hurry? Call Miracle Movers, 412-419-2620. They're fully bonded and insured, and you're not taking any risk like you are with your whore girlfriend. So call Miracle Movers at 412-419-2620 and get out of that house before you catch any STDs. Did you just walk into your bathroom and take a giant shit and realize that your bathroom is a giant pile of shit? Well, I got the answer for you. Bath Factory and Window. You dream it and they build it. Bath Factory and Window, 412-951-3939. From your bathroom to your windows, transform your home with Bathroom Factory and Window. You can also find them at bathfactorywandwindow.com. Hey, what's going on, folks? I don't know if you knew this, but the number one reason people get lawsuits against them when people come over their house is faulty steps, faulty sidewalks. What are you going to do about it? Your house is a walking booby trap. Well, you can call Giuseppe & Sons. Need your sidewalk and steps fixed or replaced? Call Giuseppe & Sons at 412-421-6711. And if you're looking for any masonry work in the Pittsburgh area, these are the guys you can trust. That's 412-421-6711. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Thanks very much for sticking around. Real quick, if you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. And also, February 22nd at 12 Whiskey Barbecue, we have a great comedy show down there. I'm headlining. My man Joey Welsh is in the building, Matt Light. And then February 24th at a Comtra Theater, another great comedy show with me, Trey McDonough, Matt Light, and someone else on there, but I can't think of it. It's an awesome person.
Dawn Arner.
Dawn Arner. Dawn Arner. So don't miss it.
Donnie Arner. Funny guy. What would Greenfield do? Would you rather your girlfriend get a notification every time you watch porn with a description, or a notification of where we're at all times?
Where I'm at.
Where every time you make a move, she gets a notification, like Z-Bird's back at the card store. Or every time you go to fucking whack that little bird of yours, she knows what Pornhub's coming up and what you're looking at.
Where I'm at. You know where I'm at. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Where I'm at's fine. I'm usually.
Yeah, I would imagine I'm probably getting tracked one way or another and don't know it.
Yeah,
so,
we're all getting tracked.
Yeah, so that's completely fine. I don't need you. And she's at work and I'm going to Pound Town. I don't need that.
When they go to work in the morning, we do the old wake and shake.
Yeah, that's my business as a man. I don't think. You don't need that.
I love a good. Yeah, that's the last thing I need. I'm getting in a good old wake and shake, and next thing I know, what are you watching?
Did you just make wake and shake up before? Right now, I never heard that before.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
I think Larry. That's the name
of the episode.
Wake and shake.
Old wake and shake, and just have a guy
Trademark
jerking off it.
Yeah, hard as fuck.
Yeah,
like
just
this.
fucking rough, like Peter North, just going to Pound Town, just throwing loads everywhere. It says Greenfield's Finest Podcast, wake and shake.
He's bukkake in a load that spells out Greenfield's Finest Podcast
all over his own face.
Yeah, bukkake cast.
Yeah, I like wake and shake. That's funny. If you had to move it to a different place on the body, where would you put the vagina? You know where I think I would put it? Right in between the titties. So instead of the old titty fucking, you're not really fucking anything.
Yeah.
You got the titties going, and now you're pounding the vagina too. And then while you're sliding your butthole on the belly there, you're actually getting something out of it.
I get that. I'm thinking forehead.
Yeah, but like that's gonna be what girls gonna wear hats everywhere?
No, I mean, dude. I mean,
they just can't have that meat drapes hanging out.
I mean, but if they got a fucking low cut shirt, they're gonna be showing some crease too.
Yeah, but you gotta figure it. I mean, that's more than a forehead.
I mean, but you're thinking
what about an earlobe? Earlobe would be fun.
Just pocket right in her ear.
Yeah.
Dude, we were so like not weird this whole episode, and like this took a turn for the worst.
Well, I think it was weird with one of the call-ins that got us.
Oh yeah,
that shook you up.
That I feel like that actually calmed things down for us. We're like, whoa, buddy,
we're going too far here.
Yeah, but yeah, where would you put the vagina, John? I feel like you would put it because you have that foot fetish.
I don't have a foot fetish.
I think you would put it at the bottom of a foot.
Yeah.
You could hold one foot and you could bang
maybe
the other
behind
foot.
the knee. I don't know.
It's sweaty back there.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah,
so you could like pull the leg back and then crush the knee, I guess.
Yeah, that wouldn't be all bad.
No, you be getting some cap.
You got the thigh. You got the butt right there. You get the thighs.
You could switch it up if there's like two, but behind both knees.
Wait,
you want a double vagina?
Double vagina. Oh, beat one up Saturday and Sunday going for the kill. You could grease one crease.
Yeah, I was just saying one to stick, one to pork.
Oh, while you're fingering some root.
One to stick and one to pork. Didn't make any sense.
You could be just fingering root, eating some crease, and then smashing some crease.
Yeah, you be banging root, and then you got double V's going on up here. You just be going to town.
I love how we're like body motion.
Yeah, it's woo. Yeah, that'd be fun. I like you, John. You're a pervert, man. All right, if you could eliminate one state sports team, pro and college, which state would it be? So you could eliminate one state, all their sports teams gone, all their college teams are gone. Who you going? The easy answer here is Ohio, because then you fuck over the Browns, you fuck over the Bengals. Ohio State people are fucking annoying as hell. You get rid of them. So I don't know. I guess Ohio, but then it also takes away the fun of like paying the Browns, paying the Bengals.
The rivalry,
yeah. I don't know.
Who's like boring? I don't know, like Minnesota.
Yeah, Oklahoma City.
Minnesota got the Vikings. They got the Wild.
I know.
That's
tough.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
Seattle.
New Mexico.
What do they got?
Nothing.
The Aztecs.
That's San Diego State.
No, New Mexico's the Aggies. The Aggies.
Maybe Florida because they just don't give a fuck down there.
But you're losing a lot of college grease.
Yeah, maybe go Idaho.
Idaho.
Boise State.
The Vandals. That's their name of their team, the Idaho Vandals.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to stick with New Mexico. You're not losing much.
I mean, if you're looking to fuck anybody up, like I think Ohio they'd be super sad.
Maybe take New York's just to blow all their,
Fuck, they're all in New Jersey.
Yeah,
I mean, they're putting fucking eagle fucking signs up and shit like that in the Empire State Building.
Maine wouldn't. You could miss Maine. They wouldn't miss a beat.
Yeah, how about that 109? Was it like minus 100 degrees on like somewhere in? Was that Maine?
Really?
You see, it was like minus 100 with the wind chill.
Oh god!
This one dude I know is in Alaska right now. It was minus 60 the other day. That's fucking cold. Like, what do you even do, dude?
You know what the weird thing is? I was watching this thing about Alaska, and like it was Alaska. It was the coldest place on earth, and it was like negative 30, and people were treating it like it was 40 degrees. It was like a good day for them. Like, oh, it's not too bad.
It's like
It's not
today
too
it was
bad.
like 55, and it was like
Motherfucker,
8 the other day.
white
It
guy
felt like,
short day.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
definitely.
yeah. We got some warm weather coming up. It's nice, but I just I always fear. I appreciate the warm weather,
The blowback.
but in fucking April it's gonna be snowing and shit like that. So
You never know.
You gotta pay the piper.
Yep. All right, let's get out of here.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. Don't forget, this week we're going to be dropping that Patreon. If you don't mind, if you could subscribe to that, that's going to be $3. First thing we're going to be uploading is the live podcast. You won't be losing anything else, but there'll be some things here and there that'll be gained. We want to be transparent on that, but you will be helping support the podcast to help us move forward. Everyone, I hope you guys have an amazing week, an amazing Super Bowl, and remember, folks, Greenfield loves you. We're out.